Hello and welcome to our cottage garden. It is autumn here in Vermont. So in today's video, we are going to slowly transition our garden into fall. We're going to be swapping out our summer window boxes. We're going to be cutting back some tired perennials, and in their place, we're going to be putting in some beautiful autumnal mums. And then we're just generally going to zhuzh things up, clean things up. All of the annuals that are looking really happy and great, we are going to leave. And anything that's looking a little bit tired, we're gonna let it say goodbye for the season. So let me go ahead and begin by just showing you the sedums that we're going to cut back. So here we are at the front of our cottage garden. Things are looking really great right now. Everything is very full. I love the cobia scandens, the cup and saucer vine, going up the rose arbor. But here, as you go down the cobblestone path, these sedums here, they just have horrible powdery mildew. And aside from a couple that have buds, everything else is just gray. So those are not going to be blooming this year, sadly for our bees. But they have tons of other things to feast on. This one is probably one of our worst. So basically with these, we're not gonna replace them. We're just gonna cut them back, and next season they should be fine. But this is our one of our solid repetition plants. We have this repeated throughout the borders. Same with our irises. Our irises are another one of those repeats. The irises are looking super, super healthy, but this year, not so much with the sedum. As you can see, they're just not looking happy. These actually are the two that we're going to kind of replace, I think. These are actually looking okay, better than the other ones. And you can see that even some of them are starting to bloom a little bit, but the whole plant just looks bad, and I think they just need to be cut back. So during a healthy season, the repetition of all of these sedums is quite beautiful in the borders. But this year we're just gonna have to cut our losses and cut back the sedum and just introduce something nice there. There's also some stuff that needs to be deadheaded, like our dahlias. We have some of the fairy roses that still need to be deadheaded. And then the window boxes here. Actually, let me show you those. These window boxes look basically the same as when we planted them. They're basically the exact same size. When we've had white begonias in the past in these window boxes, they completely fill it out and they make it just look like this lacy, kind of ruffly accent to the windows. It's such a nice adornment, but this year they just look so ragged. Not great. So that's our plan. We're gonna be replacing these with some ornamental kale. We are going to, and I think we have some celosia, ornamental kale, celosia, and vinca. Then replacing these two with mums, and we'll be just sort of like planting tucked near it, so we're not really disturbing the root ball, but just taking up that space. We'll see how that works. And then just kind of cleaning up the borders in general. It's looking really pretty with the phlox and everything though. I think this view of the cottage garden just looks so beautiful right now with the lamb's ear and the irises. I love how the phlox looks here in the back. It just looks gorgeous and they smell delicious. So yeah, it's been a really wonderful year. And now it's just time to start getting into the process of shifting over to autumn and then winter. But let me get set up and we'll start tackling the sedum. I think first things first, we're gonna cut back these ones here. Okay, there are some definite little gaps in the border, but I don't think you can actually tell that much. Let's move on to our next group of sedum. This is really the first time we've ever had a problem with our sedums. So generally I'd say they're pretty good, but we had a long wet spring, and I think that just did them in. It was too much moisture too quickly. Oh, hi. Hi. Are you the same one? I think without them there, it actually looks a lot better. I was worried about it because there's been such structural plants for us, but they were just looking rough. And I think now the supertunias and the geraniums will just be able to kind of take over. But I do think that we want to put the mums there, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it'll be really nice. We could even get some more mums and put them more in the front eventually. So Bert's gonna work on digging some holes, starting to dig holes in front of those sedums. But here is our little mini haul. We went to Equinox Valley Nursery, our favorite spot. If you're visiting Vermont this time of year, I would highly recommend going to Equinox Valley Nursery. They have fantastic things to do with the whole family. They're just like, they have, pumpkin patch. They have so many mums. Yeah, they grow them themselves. So they just have so many mums and they're so beautiful. So we got these two kind of purple mums, and then these are all for the window boxes. Okay, so I wanted to get some that hadn't started like really properly opening yet. So they're still mostly in bud, but I think that color is really pretty. It's sort of like a burgundy mauve color, perfect for this time of year. And it still matches the cottage garden colors. I think it'll really tie in with everything really beautifully. So we have those two really pretty mounds. Then here's the celosia that we got, the celosia. And then we got some purple ornamental, is this cabbage or kale? This is pigeon purple ornamental kale. So this is the flowering kale brassica. Sun to part shade, 8 to 12 inches tall. But those are really pretty, I thought. I love those little rosettes. So I think we're gonna put all of these in the window boxes along with these vincas. We'll kind of spread them out. Lovely. And Bert is very kindly doing the digging with the pickaxe. Lots of rocks still, even though this is the oldest part of our garden. And we've covered it with mulch multiple times a year, every year. There's still so many rocks.
And we've dug it out several times.
Yeah. Our friends here say that Vermont grows rocks. That's what we do. We grow rocks. We don't grow plants, we grow rocks. They pop out of the soil. But look at that petunia. Gosh, it's one petunia. Is there a big one there?
Big rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's not that big. It's just stuck.
Okay.
We could build another cobblestone pathway.
Yeah, just by planting these two mums.
Yep. Okay, so one really cool thing about this time of year is that a lot of our leaf mold and compost has broken down from last fall. So now we're using that, and let me just show you how good the soil is. So this is some really quality leaf mold. It makes me so happy. Look at that. It doesn't squeeze together. It's very loose, has great drainage.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. It looks really good.
Oh, it's so crumbly, and
Yeah.
it smells so nice.
Mm-hmm. It's really soft. I love it.
It's so soft. Heavenly. Just from leaving your leaves. Leave your leaves in a little pile, and then the winter just pounds them down. And then the following year, you don't even have to, shred them or anything like that. We just leave the whole leaves in there. And then They just break down and turn into this fantastic, it's wonderful for compost. It's great for improving the texture of your soil. So it's not going to add a whole lot of nutrients, but it's going to be fantastic for just improving the texture of your soil. Great if you have really rocky soil, just to like have a little bay where you collect all your leaves, let it go down, you know, break down throughout the year, and then you can put this on top. So these mums are all planted. I think this is just gonna kind of fill in and it's gonna look really, really nice. It's just such a pretty little mounds, and they'll just continue to bloom and look beautiful for hopefully at least a month or so. Right behind here, Bert just put in this soaker hose all throughout the border. We're gonna kind of like shimmy it down and probably put some mulch over top of it. But I did want to mention that because someone sent us a system called Eve to our P.O. box. This isn't sponsored or anything, but they did send it to us. And oh my gosh, like the whole thing, you operate everything from inside. You can operate it on your phone, so you can, you know, turn on and off the soaker hoses. It was super easy to install. Bert just set it up, and it didn't take long at all. We usually get so much rain on the mountain throughout the year that we don't tend to need, watering system. But our sun patiens especially have been getting kind of dry every single day. They kind of wilt, particularly in the mornings. And so we just decided to set it up. Bert set it up took maybe half an hour, something like that, to set up. And you can turn on and off the soaker or the sprinkler or whatever it is from the app. And it seems like such a great, easy solution. They also have, air monitors, so they can monitor your air and things like that. It seems like a really great system. So I can leave that linked down below if you wanted to check it out. If you're looking for a system, we don't have a terrible amount of experience with it, but thus far, we're really excited to be able to just turn it off. Even if we're, out and about, we can just say, oh my gosh, I forgot to water the sun patiens, and click that on, because there have been a couple of days where we've forgotten and come home, and one of them almost kicked it, but it's back now. It's looking good again, but this will kind of help prevent that in the future. So did want to mention that. And I believe they gave us a coupon code, like a discount code for you guys. So if that's here and available, I will leave that on the screen, and check them out and let them know that our cottage garden sent you, because that's pretty nice that they just sent that to our P.O. box. I think that looks so cute. That is really charming. Little mounds. And that looks so much healthier than having the sedums there. I kind of want to repeat these now throughout the border where the other sedums were. No, I think it's kind of full enough, actually. Maybe we'll do that, maybe not. I think they're cute just as they are there. Now, let's go ahead and jump in with our window boxes. I think you cleared out the other two on that end, right?
Yes.
Over there?
Yep.
So we just have to clear these out and set up the ones that we want to plant. Maybe we do the reds closer this way. So we'll change these out in the spring, but we'll just use the same soil since these aren't going to be in here for too terribly long. The hummingbird's right behind you.
Oh, just went away.
The hummingbird was right behind Bert. So curious. So cute. They are so precious. They're so, they're like sly. They're like mischievous. They're like mischievous little fairies. Just loosen it up, plunk it in. All right, we're gonna move on to these 2 window boxes, and I think I'm gonna cut back a few things in here, like mainly the alchemillamalis. We have a little black hollyhock that's blooming back here that we planted the first year we were here before we knew this was a shady spot, but it blooms every year. And I did just go inside and clean these off. Okay, so I did some cutback in this bed. That dogwood that we planted this spring is looking a little sad. Hopefully it bounces back next year. But Bert planted those window boxes. That's fantastic. I don't know if I caught it on camera, but I cut back some foxgloves over here and then just sort of spread those seeds. I love this sun patient underneath the hydrangea. I just think that is such a beautiful combination. Like a little skirt around the hydrangea. I love it. So Bert's watering those in, and I think I'm just gonna weed right around here. There are just a few weeds that I want to take care of. I let this foxglove here bloom, but now I think I want to weed it out. It's pretty much done. So it kind of popped up right on the edge of our cobblestone path, so I let it go. It's a grandiflora, and it does have some more blooms left. But I think it's ready. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. I love this wisteria double impatient. I just think they are so pretty, mixed with the apple blossom. And then there are just a few things I need to kind of wrangle out of here. There's some sneaky grapes hidden over there, grapevines that I need to get. So our foxgloves can go ahead and bloom. Now it's just time for some cutback. I think I'll try and tackle, well, I'll just jump in and see where we get. I love how easy that is when you just come through and just pluck out the spent iris leaves. So easy. So we deadheaded some of the roses and the dahlias and the Queen Anne's lace. I took care of the irises, all of the iris foliage that had browned or yellowed. Oh my gosh, I have so many forget-me-not seeds all over me. But yeah, let me just take you on a little stroll of what we did. And I also just want to show you a few parts of the garden that I think are looking particularly nice right now at this time of night. Starting here at the front, we cut back the sedum that was there. I honestly think it looks so much better. Hummingbird. So much better not having that nasty looking sedum. And coming down through, cut back our second pair of sedum here and there. And you can't really tell. I mean, if you go in there, you can tell, but I think these are gonna just kind of, that's a Nepeta and a verbena, and the petunia are just gonna kind of, and our cleome here are just gonna kind of take care of that little gap. And then our sedums were here, And now we have those mums. I think they look so charming. I think they're really in keeping with the little mounded kind of impatiens and everything part of the border. They're so cute. And I think that color is going to go really well with the purples and the pinks that we have going on. Bert is still doing some deadheading. Oh, I love how this bed looks right now. Yay! Then we did our window boxes, looking kind of small right now, but hopefully those will just grow and fill these in. I think it'll look really nice. And then we did some cutback in the shade bed. I do love this bed.
Look at this.
Wow!
Thing's massive.
Nice. We made a cucumber salad the other day that was really good.
Oh, it's delicious.
Asian cucumber salad. So
Maybe
we could.
that's what we'll have for dinner.
Yeah.
This is enough to feed a family of 4.
And I think this view of the garden is really pretty without the gorilla cart. But the Limelight Prime hydrangea in bloom, all these rudbeckias, the hydrangeas, all of the phlox spread throughout the borders, astilbes and sunpatiens. You can see the echinacea. And yeah, I just think it looks nice. I love how these match the sunpatiens back here. These are the sunpatiens, and then these are the phlox. They're such a similar color. I love it. And they smell so good. This is the time of year that the garden is so full. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. And so many things are in bloom and everything just looks full, filled out. It's lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. Bert's wrangling this echinacea. Good job. And I think we're gonna say goodnight for now. This was a nice little mini kind of fallification and just about embracing the autumn. I usually fight tooth and nail against autumn, and I'm like, no, I want summer to last as long as possible, but we'll embrace it. Embracing autumn this year. Thanks so much for joining us. Like this video if you like, subscribe if you're not already. It really does help us out. And I will see you again very, very soon. Speaking of wrangling, I gotta wrangle my pup. All right, bye.